say shit you too scared to say. I'm a real bitch now, deal with it. I'm a real bitch now, deal with it. We say shit you too scared to say. I'm a real bitch now.
You're tuned into Raw Real Talk, where we give you the real deal. Yes, we do, where we keep it 100 with you at all times. And today we're talking about an 88-year-old elderly woman that was found in her home dead. And she has been dead for 8 months. Now, she's from North Carolina, from the Wilmington area, and her name was Blanche Matilda Roth. Now, the investigators that was assigned to this case is using crazy words like suspicious. I think this is beyond suspicious. See, this is the nonsense we're talking about over in these neck of the woods. What's going on, people?
At this stage, I'm confident in telling you that we have at least one person under arrest who's being processed as I'm talking to you late this afternoon for the felony of concealing a death. There are charges that are lower than that at the misdemeanor level, depending on the degree of involvement for concealing that.
The daughter of an elderly woman found dead Tuesday in a house on Cherry Laurel Court has been charged with concealment of death.
It is a crime in North Carolina to actively conceal a death from law enforcement. And that crime can be compounded if the people who are concealing that death are getting any financial consideration for holding out that that person is alive.
The woman is believed to be Blanche Matilda Roth, who is 88, and was found lying in a bedroom of the house on Tuesday. New Hanover County District Attorney Ben David said that the woman will have her first appearance in New Hanover County Court on Thursday. He said there is a potential for additional charges to arise.
We are actively looking at whether additional charges should be forthcoming when we investigate the financial aspects of this case. For now, this defendant has been charged with a Class I felony of concealing a death from law enforcement.
An anonymous caller to New Hanover 911 on Tuesday morning said there was an unconscious woman in the house who wasn't breathing.
Well, we have an elderly lady in the house who has died. We need her taken to the morgue.
And how long ago was it that this happened?
I don't know. I'm going to say a month.
Okay, you believe that she passed away a month ago?
Yeah.
All right, but she's still in the house?
Yes.
Okay.
While we don't eliminate any possibility until we get the ultimate medical determination from a medical examiner, we have no reason to suspect foul play for her death at this stage.
Caregiver supposedly has been coming in her home daily to keep it clean and to look after her. But you're telling me that this woman has been dead for 8 months and nobody knew about it? This is nonsense. This is inhumane. And my boy, big ups to him, Drama Side 4, that has his own YouTube page, he was just speaking about it. And he spoke about how he is a licensed nurse aide caring for the elderly. So this touched his heart. And it incenses him as well as it incenses us, this type of nonsense and inhumane behavior. That's the first solution. Put yourself in that person's position. Ask yourself, would I want someone to do this to me? And if you are that twisted, that mean-spirited, and your energy is that fucked up that you saying I will want somebody to let me lay there and die by myself or not take care of me, then that's your heart. You got to deal with that. Now, like we said, this is crazy. This is sick. This is twisted. This is inhumane. This is just outrageous. Now, these are the things that we need to be focused on. We all got family. And we have to look at that. We have to understand that. This is just not no one person type incident where it's just only happens in certain families. Everybody gonna have to take that spot in death. We don't know how it's gonna happen, but we know everybody got a time stamped. So why would you want to treat somebody bad, disrespect somebody, demoralize somebody, hurt somebody, and make somebody suffer? Put yourself in that position. Put your family member in that position. That's like you paying somebody to care for your family, and this is what they do. And if you are not that smart, you know what? This don't even got nothing to do with being smart. This is just fucking common sense. It's people out there don't even know each other, and they got more humane behavior than this. I don't have to know you to know I don't want you to die. I ain't got to know you that I know that you need to be cared for. Everybody needs to be cared for. I don't give a fuck who you are. You need to be cared for at some point in your life. That's from the mother's womb to the goddamn tomb. Somebody's going to have to care for your body. That's like you dying and they just leaving your ass there, not preparing you to go to the funeral home. You see where I'm talking about preparation? You still got to be cared for. I don't care if you alive or dead. You got to be cared for. So we got to use our hearts, people. And with our hearts, there comes common sense. And that's what we lack as a people. We make stupid decisions because we lack common sense. Life is based off common sense. You can prefer what you want, but you have to use your common sense. And we have to use our hearts and what we want someone to do to us as a people. If we don't start uniting our hands and our hearts and make our lights brighter to connect, this is what we're going to keep happening in the world. All this war, all this havoc, all this death. Like I said, everybody got a death expectancy. Everybody got a time. But it's up to us with how long or how short our time is. It's about just having peace with yourself. And therefore, if you have peace with yourself, you're going to have peace with another person. And there's no way this beautiful lady would not have to go through that because someone didn't handle her properly. This is about love. Simple love. Love don't come with all these attachments. Love just is. And that's what we have to understand. And see, most people have a problem with loving somebody because with love, it comes responsibility. And responsibility is the responsibility of just being. And when you at peace with yourself and you just be, the next person that comes to you only can connect with you. And if they don't, they're not going to even want to be in your space. So whomever is responsible for that lady, they got to live with that on their heart, on their hands, and they got to deal with God on that. Because one thing you don't do, you don't fuck with God's anointed. And you don't fuck with babies. And it's true, you don't fuck with elderly people. Because you got to understand the in-between balances. When you're born, you're closer to God. The older you get is the more we get saturated in our bullshit. But when you get older, that's closer you're getting to God in your age, as in what they consider senior citizens. I'm only using these labels now so you can understand. That lady that was 88 and every other person that's up in their age like that, they're closer to God. And you notice when you get older, you start to reverse and go back to the help you needed when you were a baby. Do you hear me? So if God bless you and you live long enough, you will see what I'm saying. Think about your life. When you was born, you was a baby, you needed to be cared for. When you're older and you're up in age, what we consider elderly, that's the closer you are to God, and you go back to your baby stage. You notice your teeth start to fall out. Your bones start to get frail. You have to build yourself up. And what we're doing when we get older, we're building ourselves up to go back home to our Father, God. Now keep this in mind. Now, you're tuned into Raw Real Talk. Please share your stories and your questions and your comments with us. Let us know what you're feeling. And do you have a similar story of just being somebody you love? And if that happened to you, how would you feel? God bless.